Jiggery by Joy Cowley. I can see a jiggery. It is jumping after me. Jumping here, jumping there, jiggeries jump everywhere. I can see a jiggery. It is dancing after me. Dancing here, dancing there, jiggeries dance everywhere. I can see a jiggery. It is swimming after me. Swimming here, swimming there, jiggeries swim everywhere. I can see a jiggery. It is riding after me. Riding here, riding there, jiggeries ride everywhere. I can see a jiggery. It is skating after me. Skating here, skating there, jiggeries skate everywhere. I can see a jiggery. It is climbing after me. Climbing here, climbing there, jiggeries climb everywhere. I can see a jiggery. It is flying after me. Flying here, flying there, jiggeries fly everywhere. Jiggery, jiggery, I will take you home with me. Yay! Yay!
Okay. Hi class, we're going to be reading Super Completely and Totally the Messiest by Judith Borst, illustrated by Robin Price Glacier. Okay. My room is very neat, like me, Olivia. Jake, my big brother, is sort of, but not a huge slob. And then there's my little sister, whose room is seriously, and I mean seriously, revolting, which is maybe one of a million reasons why my sister Sophie is super, completely, and totally the messiest. Hello? Is anyone home? I ask when I open the door to her room, because even when she's there, it's hard to find her. Okay, class, we're going to do a thing called mind movies. Everyone needs to close their eyes and picture what's going on as I read. I mean, there's so much stuff going on her bed that sometimes I just see the top of her head. And there's so much stuff on her floor and spilling out of her dresser drawers that sometimes all I can find is a nose or a toe. Did you guys make mind movies? What did you see? And there's so much stuff in her closet that once she opened up her closet, "Don't do it," I hollered. "Stop! Watch out! Oh no!" She super completely and totally disappeared. I mean, Sophie isn't just messy, she's the messiest. You may think that Sophie isn't so messy when she's at school. If you think that, you'd be really wrong. Maybe you think she isn't a mess when she puts on a fancy dress and goes to a birthday party, and if you think that, you'd be really, really wrong. Maybe you'd even think that she could play with crayons or paints and not mess up ceilings and cats and herself and everything. If you think that, you'd be really, really, really wrong. That it might be a year before you were even right about anything. Do you guys have messy rooms? Talk to your partner about whether your room is neat or messy. Okay. I'm her big sister, and some things I know for sure. And one thing I know for sure is that whatever Sophie does, it's the messiest. Like once we went to the seashore where they were having a sandcastle contest, and Sophie was carrying her pail and her towel. And just with her pail and her towel, she super completely and totally wrecked 7 sandcastles. 7. And once we went to a circus where a juggler was juggling eggs and pitchers and flower pots, Sophie got to bring her bike and to bring her kite along. And she, just by letting go of her kite, Sophie wrecked the juggler and dozens of eggs and all of the pitchers and flower pots. Oh my gosh, Sophie. And once we went to a farm to visit some chickens and cows and a vegetable garden and pigs. Sophie's shoelaces were, well, they're always untied. All I can say is poor chickens, poor cows, and poor vegetable garden. No, I can say something else. I can say that all of a sudden the pigs on that farm thought my sister Sophie was their cousin. No, I'm not a rude person. I would never, ever call Sophie a pig. I'm only saying that pigs think Sophie's a pig. I'm only saying this, that wherever my sister Sophie goes, she's super completely and totally the messiest. I keep trying to tell Sophie, try to be neat like me, Olivia. She says she'll try to be neat, but she forgets. Our mom keeps telling Sophie, try to be careful like Olivia. She says she'll try to be careful, but she forgets. Our dad keeps telling Sophie, watch where you're going and watch what you're doing. Try to pay attention like Olivia. She says she'll try to watch. She says she'll try to pay attention, but she forgets. And so, when Sophie cleans up a mess, it's a messier mess than it was before she started. When Sophie clears off the plates, they'll never, ever need to be cleared off again. And if you bought a new car and you gave Sophie a ride in that car, it would look like a really old car in about 2 minutes. Sophie is always making and being a mess. Last Halloween, when Sophie decided to wear a nurse's costume, white hat, white uniform, white socks, white shoes, she wanted to dress like a nurse because I told her that nurses are never messy. Alright guys, here's an awesome time to make a mind movie. Everyone close your eyes. What I meant, of course, was that a nurse isn't messy unless she's the sort of nurse who tricks and treats all over her white uniform. Unless she's a nurse who gets candy corn stuck in her teeth. Unless she's a nurse who falls in when she bobs for apples. Unless she's a nurse who could make you super completely and totally sorry that you ever answered the doorbell on Halloween. Oh my gosh, open your eyes. Was she messy or what? What I mean is, maybe you've never met some messy people, or maybe you've met some messy people, but you've never met anyone messier than Sophie. Like Sophie, she's got this hair, this frizzy, fuzzy, curly hair. Do you guys have frizzy, fuzzy, curly hair? And it sticks out around her head like a cloud or a nest, and it keeps getting bigger and higher and bigger and higher and bigger and higher because she freaks if anyone tries to cut it. Hey Sophie, who's living in there? A couple of birds? A family of mice? That's what Jake sometimes says. He's only teasing. But once when our dad was combing out her hair, he combed out a whistle, a ring, and a piece of sandwich. And once when our mom was combing her hair, I thought I heard something chirping and some squeaks. If you're looking to see messy hair, if you're looking to see messy anything, just look at Sophie. I keep on telling Sophie, try to be more like me, Olivia. She says she'll try to be like me, but she forgets. Our mom keeps telling Sophie, try to hold the plates tight like Olivia. She says she'll try to hold on, but she forgets. Our dad keeps telling Sophie, wipe off your mouth and your hands and your shoes. Try to be unchocolatey like Olivia. She says she'll try to wipe, and she says she'll try to be unchocolatey, but she forgets. And just listen to what happened when Sophie said to Jake and me that we could please help her make our mom breakfast in bed for Mother's Day. No, she didn't spill the orange juice. Jake and I helped her pour it. She didn't burn the toast. We helped her watch the toast. We also helped her to not smear the strawberry jam all over the kitchen and not put a ton of cereal in the bowl. And our dad said that he would make coffee and bring it up later so that Sophie didn't mess up that. Then all of us carried the tray to the bedroom. Mom sat up in bed and we sat down the tray. Oh my gosh, guys, I don't know about this. What do you think is going to happen? Then Sophie felt so proud that she had made our mom breakfast in bed that she climbed up on the bed and started yelling, "Yay, yay!" Except while she was yelling, "Yay, yay!" she also jumped up and down, which is not a good thing to do with breakfast in bed. I mean, it was super completely and totally ugly. I mean, nobody's better at making a mess than Sophie. Our mom says I should tell you that Sophie's kind and a very nice person, even though she messes up breakfast in beds. Our dad says I should tell you that Sophie's a smart and funny person, even though she wrecks sandcastles, jugglers, and vegetable gardens. Jake says I should tell you that Sophie's great at puzzles and dancing, and even though she's not great at cleaning her room. Sophie says I should tell you that she didn't mean to drown the kitchen in water, even though she left the closets running. And I would like to tell you that even though I would bet my best bracelet that Sophie would never be practically perfect like me, I'm hoping that one of these days she'll start to remember to stop forgetting to try not to be so super completely and totally the messiest. Woo!